There's nothing quite like discovering a hidden gem. That perfect game that somehow slipped through the cracks of mainstream attention. Today, I'm shining a spotlight on 17 genuinely overlooked games that prove the indie scene is absolutely alive and thriving. First up is American Arcadia, a cinematic thriller that turns The Truman Show into an interactive experience. You control two characters in completely different gameplay styles. Trevor Hill's dangerously boring life makes him a target for execution on live television, and Angela, who helps him escape from behind the scenes. With 93% positive reviews from over 1,500 Steam users, this puzzle platformer combines 2.5D action sequences with first-person hacking gameplay. Critics praise it as witty and well-made, with gameplay that blends together seamlessly. The game examines themes of corporate control, reality television, and what makes life worth living through a retro-futuristic 1970s lens. As one reviewer noted, taking 6 to 8 hours to complete, I blasted through American Arcadia in just 2 sittings, being utterly gripped the whole time. The dual character mechanics, where you switch between Trevor's platforming sections and Angela's behind-the-scenes manipulations, create a unique gameplay experience that Digital Trends calls an interactive indie thriller you don't want to miss. Next we have Fretless: The Wrath of Riffson, a turn-based RPG where you wield legendary instruments as weapons. You play as Rob, a musician battling the evil Super Metal Records company and their devilish CEO, Rick Riffson, who's corrupting music across the land. With an incredible 98% rating from over 900 Steam reviews, this pixel art adventure combines Paper Mario-style deck-based combat with rhythmic game elements. You'll collect riffs and master 4 different instruments, from acoustic guitars to 8-string metal beasts, each with their own gameplay style and soundtrack. The game features beautiful original music that changes based on your equipped instrument, creating what reviewers called a lovely mix of cozy, creative, funny, and addictive. As one reviewer noted, being a guitarist myself, this hits all the right notes during my time with it. For something a little bit darker, Malys presents a gothic horror deck builder where you play as Noah, a former priest turned demon hunter, seeking vengeance in a city teeming with supernatural threats. From David Gator, the legendary writer behind Dragon Age, this early access title has earned perfect 100% reviews from 76 Steam users. What sets Malys apart is its unique candlelight resource system. You must burn cards from your hand to generate the energy needed to play other cards. This creates intense strategic decisions as you balance offense, defense, and resource management while performing exorcisms on possessed victims. Critics described it as Gothic Slay the Spire with impeccable style, where you've walked straight into hell itself. The game features hand-drawn art depicting a neo-dystopian city where you ride a motorbike between locations, seeking the powerful demon Malys. Early access players praise its solid Slay the Spire type gameplay and great atmosphere and art, despite noting some UI polish needed for the final release. One Dreamer Prologue offers a free emotional journey about Frank, a failed VR game developer who inspired 2 young kids to follow their dreams. With 96 positive reviews from nearly 800 Steam users, this narrative-driven experience combines programming puzzles with heartfelt storytelling. The game features realistic but easy-to-understand pseudocode puzzles based on C# that let you modify the world around you through code. Players consistently praise how it makes coding accessible and fun, while telling a personal story about game development dreams and inspiration. Brutal Orchestra delivers a turn-based roguelike strategy game inspired by the artwork of Bosch. You died, someone killed you, and now you're in purgatory seeking petty revenge with the help of damaged fools and ancient artifacts. With an incredible 98% positive rating from over 1,600 Steam reviews, This game combines resource management with deck building elements in a truly unique setting. The pigment style creates a strategic layer where you must balance powerful abilities with resource management. As one reviewer perfectly captured, this is one of my favorite games I've played in a long time. The music, oh god, the music. The name Brutal Orchestra sums it up really. This game's distinctive art style, inspired by Bosch's paintings, create a hellish purgatory that's somehow both disturbing and charming. With over 100 artifacts to discover and multiple character builds to explore, it offers incredible depth beneath its surreal surface. For something completely different, DynoPunk presents an ironic cyberpunk adventure where dinosaurs replaced humanity millions of years ago. You play as Chris, the last T-Rex on Earth, running a gadget repair shop while dreaming of building a time machine to save his extinct species. With 94% positive reviews from over 400 Steam users, this visual novel management sim hybrid creates a unique experience mixing repair shop gameplay with deep character conversations. You'll fix gadgets during the day, serve drinks to customers, and engage in heart-to-heart talks that influence the story's multiple endings. Critics called it a real hidden gem that absolutely deserves more attention. GameSpew noted, DynoPunk's world is quirky and interesting, unlike anything we've experienced before. The game features gorgeous pixel art with a 1980s cyberpunk aesthetic, a lo-fi soundtrack, and surprisingly emotional storytelling about loss, guilt, and the desire to change the past. Despite simple gameplay mechanics, reviewers consistently praise its branching pathways, fantastic story, and extraordinary visuals. Moving into psychological horror, the Inn-Sanity takes place in a luxury hotel during an apocalyptic event. You arrive planning to stay just one night, only to find the city overrun by monsters and the hotel becoming a prison for its surviving guests. What makes the Inn-Sanity special is its relationship system that forces you to make tough decisions about who to trust during the crisis. Set in the early 90s, the game features multiple endings based on your choices and interactions, creating a tense atmosphere where your actions determine whether characters remain consumed by their dark nature or rediscover their humanity. This atmospheric horror adventure proves that sometimes the best scares come from the human element rather than jump scares. The Cosmic Will Sisterhood blends witchcraft, tarot, and cosmic horror in a narrative-driven experience. You play as Fortuna, a witch exiled to an asteroid for 1,000 years, who forms a pact with a forbidden cosmic entity to regain her freedom. What makes this game unique is its deck-building mechanic, where you craft your own tarot cards that influence the story's direction. Each card you create becomes part of your deck, affecting readings and narrative outcomes throughout the game. As one reviewer noted, "I remember the first one that came true, and I actually jumped out of my chair in shock at seeing how the different predictions I made fit together to create a specific outcome." The game explores themes of identity, community, and personal responsibility while offering a surprisingly deep tarot card creation system. Extra Coin offers a story-rich life sim set between the real world and a virtual utopia called the Arcade. You play as Mika, searching for her parents who left with their digital world hoping for a better life amid the global chaos. With 96% positive reviews from only 76 Steam users, this cyberpunk adventure combines exploration with decision-making as you navigate both virtual landscapes and complex relationships. The game deals with themes of choosing reality versus dreams, family abandonment, and finding refuge in digital worlds. Critics praise the game as a well-conceived work, created with full awareness of the means available, noting how the developer balances resources and ambitions, purposes, and possibilities to create something meaningful with its modest scope. At just a few hours long, Extra Coin delivers a heartfelt little tale set over a gorgeously colorful video gamey backdrop, with an addictive dueling system that feels like tennis meets Pong. Firebird takes you on a road trip through Slavic folklore in this hand-drawn visual novel. You'll travel aboard your truck to the far north, meeting colorful characters and facing creatures inhabiting sacred lands. With a perfect 100% positive rating from its 65 Steam reviews, this game combines resource management with meaningful choices. You'll need to carefully manage your gas level, vehicle condition, and money while making decisions that impact both your journey and the characters you meet. The game draws inspiration from Russian fairy tales about the mythical Firebird, a magical creature whose presence can bring both blessing and doom. With its unique cultural setting and gorgeous hand-drawn art style, Firebird offers something you won't find anywhere else in gaming. Now, for something completely unhinged, Sludge Life drops you into the role of Ghost, a graffiti tagger exploring a polluted island full of cranky characters and thick dystopian atmosphere in this first-person open-world vandalism simulator. With 94% positive reviews from 254 Steam users, this game from Devolver Digital delivers exactly what it promises: a first-person, open-world, vandalism-centric stroll through a polluted island of cranky idiots in a vibe so thick you can almost taste it. As one reviewer put it, Sludge Life is the perfect example of open-world done right. It doesn't matter how big the world is, as long as it's chock full of interesting things to explore. The game features a distinctive, sketchy visual style with intentionally ill-defined edges, creating an aesthetic that feels like late 90s vibes. This would have been right at home on the Dreamcast. With 3 different endings and a dedicated fart button, it's as wonderfully weird as it sounds. Now, for some pure wholesome charm, Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip follows Terry, a young man who wants to drive his car into space to become famous. Obviously, the logical solution to failing school. With an overwhelmingly 96% positive rating from over 1,100 Steam users, this game oozes personality and humor. As one reviewer noted, Terry has one goal: escape to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. The game creates a brilliant and joyous short diversion, where every single minute is filled with joy. Critics praise how every conversation is bursting with personality, feeling like a classic cartoon brought to life, with gameplay that makes you feel genuine joy from the act of simply pressing buttons. At just a few hours long, it's the perfect weekend palate cleanser that will leave you grinning from ear to ear. Wolfstride delivers a stylish RPG about 3 former partners in crime who inherited a junkyard mecha and entered the planet's most elite robot fighting competition. This pixel art masterpiece blends giant robot battles with deep character development. The game features simple but highly customizable mecha battles, where you manage move points, action points, ammo, and healing, while fighting to destroy the enemy's cockpit. But the real heart lies in its story-driven structure, where you'll spend time doing odd jobs, playing mini-games, and exploring the relationships between flawed characters. It's a game all about vibes and style and sick robots, and it never gets old or feels out of touch. Paradise Killer redefines what investigation mechanics can be. You play as Lady Love Dies, an investigation freak tasked with solving a mass murder on a bizarre island inhabited by immortal beings, trying to create the perfect society. With 94% positive reviews from over 2,300 Steam users, this vaporwave aesthetic mystery breaks every convention of the detective genre. PC Gamer called it a new standard for the detective genre that sets new rules for investigative gameplay. What makes Paradise Killer special is its wonderful free-form approach to investigative gameplay. There are no quest markers, the island is vast and open, and the killer could quite literally be any of the characters you meet. The game combines vaporwave look, wild architecture, almost nonsensical characters, and surprisingly deep lore to create a world that's utterly implausible and yet still feels real in its own way.
And I closed my eyes, feeling.
A Space for the Unbound transports you to rural Indonesia in the late 90s for a magical adventure about two high school sweethearts facing the end of their school days and the end of the world. You play as Atma and Raya, who possess supernatural powers that might be key to stopping reality itself from disintegrating. With an exceptional 98% positive rating from over 3,800 Steam users, this slice of life adventure game tells a story about overcoming anxiety, depression, and the relationship between a boy and a girl with supernatural powers. The game's pixel art style was described by Games Radar as your favorite anime and Game Boy Advance game rolled into one. Set in a small town inspired by 90s era rural Indonesia, the game offers an endearing story-driven experience with beautiful environments to explore. The game won Best Storytelling in the 2020 SEA Game Awards and appeared on multiple Best Games of 2023 lists, but still has not gotten that much attention. You should definitely check this one out. Yes, Your Grace puts you in the boots of King Eric, ruler of the medieval kingdom of Davern, where you must manage resources, make difficult decisions, and try to keep your family safe as war approaches. This pixel art kingdom management game blends choice-driven storytelling with strategic resource allocation. The game received impassioned reviews with critics, praising its heart and emotional weight. As one reviewer noted, Yes, Your Grace puts you on a roller coaster of emotions, allowing you to feel the weight of your decisions. The game excels at making you genuinely care about your royal family through excellent writing and character development. While some critics found the binary choices occasionally frustrating, most agreed that this is a kingdom you'll want to save, thanks to its emotional storytelling and gorgeous pixel art presentation. MoonRing is an absolutely free RPG masterpiece from Danae Carter, co-creator of the Fable series. This retro-inspired open-world game evokes classic Ultima titles while adding modern design sensibilities and quality-of-life features. This passion project delivers 40+ hours of content that players consistently describe as feeling like a $60 game released for free. The game features hand-designed geography with procedurally generated dungeons that reconfigure each time you enter. As the developer wrote, "This is my love letter to a style of gaming that has largely fallen out of fashion, and players have responded with overwhelming appreciation for this generous gift to the gaming community." And there you have it, 17 incredible hidden gems that prove the indie gaming scene is absolutely flourishing. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more deep dives into gaming's best kept secrets.